Hello and welcome to a special edition of Cricket Predicta. I'm Suresh Kalra, bringing you live all the stats, everything on IPL from Marbella Resorts in Sharjah. Well, today we're talking about the game that happened yesterday. What were the drawbacks? We saw the downfall of a team that was almost giving a war cry of 300 plus runs in IPL for the very first time, succumbing to the pressure and just scoring a meager run against your Kolkata Knight Riders. I'm joined by four of the eminent guests. Paul Dinette, who joins us from Sydney, Stanley Chiodza, who's based out of Dubai. We also have CM Gautam, again, the IPL old hand, joining us from Bangalore, and his friend Noel David, who joins us from Hyderabad. Again, it's a great mix. This program is brought to you by One Expat, Vumeki Infrastructures, Delhi NCR. Well, Paul, let me start the discussion by asking you what happened last night. What backfired for SRH, considering that they had given a war cry of 300 plus? Suddenly they seem to be nosediving in the opening consecutive defeat, including the batting struggle.
Yeah, I reckon SRH got it wrong today. Now, you're going to say, wait a minute, you're being a hypocrite, Paul. That's contrary to what you've been saying so far. But I think that you've got to be able to assess the conditions. And, you know, one of the advantages of batting second is that you get to see what the first side does. And KKR pulled back. They lost those early couple of wickets. And I think they realised that the surface, there's no demons in there, but it just wasn't quite coming on as conducively as others might have been. And so they pared back. And yeah, they ended up getting 200, but they got about 70, 80 runs off the last 5 overs. And so Raghavanshi and then especially Venkatesh Iyer and Rinku Singh at the end were able to accelerate because they had just taken the pitch's conditions into account. Whereas for SRH, Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, swinging like always. Ishan Kishan, beautiful shot, but uppishly, I think, because the ball wasn't quite coming on. And then when they did try to slow down and play sensibly, the game had kind of got away from them. And sort of, you know, you'd say that Nitish Kumar Reddy and Mendes' dismissals were more soft dismissals rather than anything else. So I think fundamentally this is the right way for SRH to play, but last night they should have adapted and batted a little bit more slowly early on to get used to the conditions.
Paul, when you look at Kolkata Knight Riders, did they look like a very balanced group and they're power packed against the SRH last night? Do you think there was a brilliant performance by the batters or ably supported by the bowlers? Your views?
Yeah, they kind of looked like defending champions, didn't they? I mean, I know there's been some changes with their squad, but to have De Kock and Narayan out so quickly, to get a bit of control and then still surge to a total of 200, and have players of the calibre of Moeen Ali and Ramandeep Singh not even getting a bat, I think that shows very good depth. And then with the ball, you know, it was good to see Narayan doing well again, but Chakravarti and Narayan are fantastic. The question mark against KKR is more, you know, Harshit Rana, Vaibhav Arora, are they the sort of quick bowling combination that is going to work? And I think that's what will give Chandrakant Pandit the most satisfaction, that they bowled really well last night. So yeah, a pretty impressive all-round effort.
Paul, we move on to the third question. And do you think SRH needs to revisit their strategy, considering they've got 3 back-to-back defeats in this IPL, which is very strange for SRH?
Well, certainly a shocking night for SRH. Such a massive loss. You know, I still think their batting is going to be okay, notwithstanding what I said before about them misjudging the pitch. I think you just look at their lineup. I'm sure that they are going to post many big scores between now and the end of the tournament. Their bowling is a bit of a concern. I think they will bring Adam Zampa back in pretty soon. But going with the quicks last night, apart from Mohammad Shami, who was pretty good, Pat Cummins especially was, you know, another underwhelming performance. Simajit Singh and Harshal Patel didn't really do much either. So I think there are more questions around their bowling than their batting at this stage. I've still got them as making it all the way deep into the tournament, and hopefully, because I'm kind of supporting them because of my fandom for Pat Cummins, hopefully last night was the end of this bad run, and they'll soon be back on track.
Well, we've seen IPL can be very cruel, very different for various players. Remember when Ajinkya Rahane walked into the captaincy of KKR, the defending champions, people started a small gossip around his batting style, his captaincy style. Do you think he's now more astute as a batter as well as the skipper last night? What we saw of him?
Well, absolutely. 2 and 2 is a lot better than 1 and 3. But I've always thought that Ajinkya Rahane is a really good captain. I think he did a couple of things really well last night. One, his own innings. After De Kock and Narayan had been dismissed, it needed a little bit of a settling effort. It wasn't as though he batted slowly, but he just made sure that they didn't implode, kind of like SRH did later on in the night in trying to, they weren't trying to get 250. They pared back their ambitions, and I thought that Rahane's innings was important. Then in the field, I thought it was interesting how the commentators were debating whether it was the right thing or not for him to give to have given Varun Chakravarti an extra over. I think it was a third over. And then when he got Aniket Verma out, they said, "Oh yeah, it's proven that it was the right decision." I never thought it was anything other than the right decision, and I think that captains generally make a mistake of when they are on top feeling like, oh, now's the time to maybe sneak in a couple of overs from the fifth or the sixth bowler. And I think that's rarely the right thing to do. Far better to press ahead, keep your good bowlers on, and then if ultimately you then are having to bowl some lesser overs at the death, well, so be it. Because so often sides are allowed back into the game when you do that. Now, I don't think SRH was ever going to get back into the game last night, but it was a good sign from Rahane. He's my type of captain.
Well, we are joined by Stanley Chiozza, who joins us talking about today's match. Stanley, very quickly, LSG versus MI tonight. LSG have dominated and Mumbai Indians in the head-to-head record, but LSG this season has been absolutely poor. Yes, we feel sad for Sanjeev Goenka and his team, Rishabh Pant, but can they challenge a strong team like Mumbai, considering they haven't won a great deal in the recent past?
Sunil, thank you once again for having me on the show. Well, two teams coming into this fixture with contrasting results, if anything, is to go by with regards to the last fixtures are concerned. Lucknow Super Giants losing by 8 wickets to a powerful Punjab Kings, whereas Mumbai Indians resurgent in their efforts, victorious over KKR by 8 wickets. Now, when you do look at the performance by Mumbai Indians over KKR, their seamers were just fantastic in seamer friendly conditions. But up and above that, I think they managed to put in a combination that I think they should have started with from the very beginning of the tournament, getting Will Jackson at number 3. Okay, whereas when you look at on the other side, Lucknow, who are playing at home, they lost their last encounter at home versus the Punjab Kings, and by a heavy margin, by 8 wickets. So Lucknow Super Giants have a lot more to think about coming into this encounter. 171 is what they put on the board, and they only managed 2 wickets in trying to defend that. So when you do look back again versus Delhi Capitals, okay, massive score, over 200 runs. But that score was chased down, So I think there's issues with their bowling here. And I would hate to see Lucknow be that sort of team that becomes the modern day RCB, where you're concerned about the bowling attack, because the batting is okay. You can put runs on the board, but can you be able then to defend it? Because at the end of the day, if you're a Mumbai Indians player, or think tank for that matter, that is something that you really be saying in your SWOT analysis. That could be an opportunity right there. I think there's an opportunity for us to take down that bowling, whether we're batting first or if we're chasing.
This year's edition of IPL, both the teams, LSG and Mumbai Indians, are in similar positions with one win each. Lucknow has lost their previous match, while Mumbai Indians regained form with a win, while the team has lost their first match. So it's even Stevens' time, both the teams walking in with one win each. Do you think which team will have the upper edge?
So now, well, when you do look at the bowling attacks here, okay, I think Mumbai Indians have a much more balanced bowling attack. Sorry to say it, but I think the Lucknow Super Giants playing at home versus the Punjab Kings, it was a bowling attack that just lacked penetration. The seamers just found it hard, to stop the scoring of the Punjab Kings batting lineup, with only Divesh, being the only bowler to take up 2 wickets. And these are home conditions. Now, to me, that's something to worry about. Okay. Whereas now, when you do look at that Mumbai Indians bowling attack led by Trent Boult, fantastic seamer up front, and then you've got two brilliant seamers, okay, led by Mitch Santner, and then you've got Vinesh Pather. I think he's been a revelation in the matches that we've seen so far. So, irrespective of the conditions that you expect, and when you talk of conditions when it comes to Akana, this is a wicket that gives both seamers and spinners something to work with. You can expect pace, you can expect bounce at this venue. So I think in terms of effective use of skill, in terms of utilizing conditions, I think that Mumbai Indians bowling attack is well suited and well balanced for this kind of surface. So coming into this fixture, I'll have to go with Mumbai Indians on this one.
Stanley, you come from that part of the world where Adam Makram comes from. Except for him, all the top order batters of LSG have performed. Can they withstand Mumbai's potent bowling attack on Makram?
So no, it certainly hasn't been easy going for Aiden Makram. I, for one, like to see him at the top of the order. Coming from SRH, being a top order to middle order batsman, coming to Lucknow Super Giants where he's being asked to open. I personally like to see him right there at the top of the order. But no, be that as it may, I think it's not just about Aiden Makram at the end of the day. There's other bigger names that really haven't found a rhythm yet. Rishabh Pant, David Miller, and we know what these guys can do. At the moment, it's just been pretty much consistently a Nicky Pooran show and a Mitchell March show. So the batting is there, the arsenal, the artillery is there to handle a bowling attack of the nature of Mumbai Indians. But up and above that, you've got to give praise to the Mumbai Indians bowling attack. Since match one, I think they have been good. Okay, the seamers well balanced. Trent Boult, Deepak Chahar, and what a revelation they've got in Ashwani Kumar coming in for 24 in his 3 overs versus KKR. And then obviously you've got Hardik Pandya who comes and mixes it up very well. But up and above that spin department, Mitch Santner, international experience old-timer, Vinesh Pather, he's been a revelation to watch. So I like the combination of your international experience and the local talent that has come to the fore in for Mumbai Indians. But up and above that, I like the way that Hardik Pandya has used these 2 young players, giving them an opportunity to bowl when the senior statesmen, Boult, Chahar, have gotten the breakthroughs, and he comes youthful exuberance. He's allowed to express himself, and voila, 4 wickets. Vinesh Pather as well, a bit of mystery in it, still new on the scene. A lot of people not too sure what he's all about, but he's been brilliant. He's held his own. So I think it'll be a very good contest for Lucknow Super Giants. But up and above that, look, they've been consistent in scoring runs. But I feel once there's that 3 big names get into scoring runs, they should be in a good batting lineup to score consistently up and above 200.
Noel David, the man who's played for India and who was one of the most electrifying fielders on the field on his day. Welcome to the show, Noel David. We go and talk about today's match, LSG versus MI. Rishabh Pant's captaincy this season has not been very impressive, considering he's shifted new. Is the change of team leading in his dismal performance, or it's just a matter of bad 2-3 games in the office for you?
Yes, Sunil, I feel Rishabh Pant's captaincy and his batting has not been impressive at all during this IPL. I know it's just the beginning of this IPL, but yet the way he's leading side and his game plan or his strategy has not been to what the management of the LSG or the coaches or the fans have expected out of him. I think because of that, his batting also display has not been impressive at all. He needs to change his mindset, and understand his role, especially his role in the team as a captain and as a batsman, which is very important for Rishabh Pant. Because every player in the team will look forward from the captain, his performance first. They will look forward for what he is doing the best as a captain. So I think he needs to go back to the drawing board or sit back and think कि भाई क्या हो रहा है मेरे साथ, what is happening, do I need to change and adapt to the situation what the team needs. When he goes out to bat there, he has to understand the role what he has to do, what situation he is batting at, and what number of overs is left. According to that, he needs to play his game. He just can't stick to one game plan which he's doing at the present. We have seen that in BGT, for which no one was happy, for which he's lost his place in the playing 11 in Champions Trophy, which is not a good sign, because we all know what Rishabh Pant is and what he has performed in the past. I know he's much better player. He's capable of winning matches single-handedly, and I think he just need to get his priority, his mindset, everything right. Then he will come good. It'll be quite interesting contest between Nicholas Pooran and Trent Boult, because we all know what these two gentlemen are capable of doing on the given day. We have seen Nicholas Pooran in the past, and we just seen him how he batted against Sunrisers in Hyderabad. He took the game away single-handedly with his power hitting. He's capable of it, attacking the bowler at the start, at the go. He's capable of hitting long sixes, at his will. So he's a very dangerous player when it comes to the power play games.
Well, this is from the past. In 2022 and 24, the face-off between LSG batter Nicholas Pooran and Mumbai pacer Trent Boult has been quite interesting. How significant will it be in today's match, considering one is a free-flowing dasher pusher and the other one is one of the most electrifying and the most deadly bowlers of the game?
This face-off between Nicholas Pooran and Trent Boult will be a quite interesting one, and quite one to be watched. Because we all know what Nicholas Pooran is capable of doing on his given day. He has done it in the past, not only for his country but for the franchises also. He is quite a dangerous player when it comes to power rating, and we have seen it against the Sunrisers, how he single-handedly took the game away from the Sunrisers with his quick fire 50s. He's quite a treat to watch. He's quite a dangerous player in the middle for LSG, and I think Trent Boult at the end is also a very dangerous bowler, because Trent Boult brings a lot of variation in his bowling. He's got the outswingers for the left-handers, he got the in-swingers for the left-handers. He's a wiry left-arm medium pacer. He's got the quick bouncer to bowl a surprise one. He's got that slow variation ball, and he has everything what a fast bowler needs as an ingredient in his bowling style. I feel that Trent Boult has a little slighter edge over Nicholas Pooran, because that sharp bowling and the quickness of Trent Boult will have little edge for himself, and I feel that this face-off will be quite one to be watched.
Well, we hate to ask stats when it comes to the player purse, but such is the nature of the game that we have to address it. Lucknow Super Giants brought Rishabh Pant for 27 crores, but he scored only 17 runs in 3 innings. Can he overcome the pressure and the corporate interference that happens beyond the boundary line?
I'm expecting a big knock from Rishabh Pant, because we know he's capable of changing things really quickly for himself and for the franchisee. It is not the price tag which he has. It is important that he goes out there and express himself, which is important. He needs to go out there and perform to the expectation what the franchisees are looking forward, and the fans of LSG looking forward from Rishabh Pant. He is much capable of all this. We have seen him in the past what he can do. He can single-handedly win the game for the franchisee, and he has done it. So he's capable. It's a matter of that one good knock, which I have told for Venkatesh Iyer, that one good knock will change the course of his style of batting. He just need to understand and change his mindset and look to play to the situation of the game. And if he does so, I think he will come good with the bat. It's just we have to have patience with him because he is capable of doing wonders for the franchisee.
Well, now we are talking about spin. LSG spinner Ravi Bishnoi has dominated head-to-head battle against Suryakumar Yadav. Will Ravi Bishnoi take on Suryakumar Yadav in an easy manner, or the innovative shots of Suryakumar Yadav cause problem for Ravi Bishnoi?
Always rated Bishnoi after Chahal, you see, because he's a wiry leg spinner. Bishnoi, he's flattish, he's quick off the air. He has that faster googlies. He has the flippers. He has the variation slow leg spin. So he's capable of doing. But only one thing what he lacks is that consistent performance, which we all expect out of him, because he's capable. He's capable of being consistent, but he needs to think all the time. You're born to get it as a leg spinner. You're born to get it, but you need to come back strongly after that ball. When you get it, you need to think what mistake you have done and bounce back immediately. You can't be sticking to the same line and length. You can't be too full or too short. And the face-off with Suryakumar Yadav will be a good one. You may have dominated him as a leg spinner. You may have dominated Suryakumar in the past, but this is again a different game, a different IPL 18th year. So I don't think it is going to be the same. You need to have your plans ready against Suryakumar Yadav because he's quite a dangerous player. I always rated him as next 360-degree player, you see, after AB de Villiers, and I find that he has all the shots in his book. He has flat shot, he has the hook, he has the reverse sweep, you just name what shot he will invent a new shot when it comes to stroke making and power rating. I think this face-off will be quite interesting one. We have to just sit and watch who will win the battle, whether it's the bat or whether it's the ball.
Well, when we are talking about IPL, Mumbai Indians, we've got a former Mumbai Indian player with us in the studio right now, CM Gautam. CM Gautam, welcome to the show. Okay, we are going to talk about your old pal, someone who you've shared your dressing room with. It's Rohit Sharma. Yes, he's had a similar performance like Rishabh Pant. Of course, he's not the skipper, but he still comes under scrutiny. Rohit Sharma, do you think his bad form will end tonight, considering you can't keep a great batter like him quiet for far too long?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone else apart from Rohit looks in good touch for Mumbai Indians, especially the way they dominated last game. And it doesn't take much of a time for Rohit to come back into the form and regain his form. He's a fantastic player and he's IPL legend. So once he starts clicking at the top, I think there is no stopping Mumbai Indians in this tournament. So as we all know, Mumbai always starts very slow, but once they pick up form and no one can stop them. So I have no doubt in my mind, sooner or later Rohit is going to get a big score and he's going to regain his form.
Right. Thank you, Gautam. We move on to our next question. We looked at the stats and that doesn't show anything. The team batting first or second doesn't matter. You've got to put the runs on the board because the team batting first and the second, the equal ratio, it's 50-50%. It doesn't matter what the toss is. Do you think it'll be inconsequential?
I think when it comes to Eknath Stadium, no one knows whether to bat first or bowl first. Even the home team is confused about that. Even a couple of days back when I read the article, Zahir Khan was not happy about the wicket at Eknath Stadium. So I think losing the toss will be a blessing in disguise because sometimes you're in the confusion saying that whether you have to bat first or bowl first. So you don't know the wicket, how it plays. So it's always better to lose the toss and do whatever you get. And even the spinners and the fast bowlers have done reasonably well. I think it's always been a bowler's game at Eknath Stadium. We have not seen too much of high-scoring games in that venue. So it will be an interesting game, and even Mr. Zahir Khan doesn't know what to do, and he was pretty unhappy about the pitch conditions at Eknath Stadium.
Well, let's talk about head-to-head when we conclude the game today. Rishabh Pant versus Deepak Chahar. the head-to-head battle is mostly dominated by the MI Pacers. So will it the struggle continue for Rishabh Pant, considering he's had a bad record, bad start, bad captaincy, everything going against him? Do you think it's time for him to make a comeback, or will it play in his mind while he leads the attack?
Yeah, definitely. Deepak Char has done well against Rishabh Pant in the past. So there will be a psychological edge going into today's game, particularly if you see Rishabh Pant's form has not been that great in this season's IPL. But having said that, we all know the quality of Rishabh Pant, how he plays. So he's a match winner and he can turn things around quickly. So it'll be an interesting battle in today's game. And having lost a couple of games, so they'll be eager to get back to winning ways. So if Rishabh gets runs at the top of the order, like everything will fall in place for LSG, I feel.
Well, that's all you heard from our experts. Four of the best experts in the game, in the business, talking about IPL and the match coming today. Well, that's all we had time from the Marbella Resorts. This is Sunil Yashkalra on behalf of Umeki Infrastructure, Delhi, and One Xbat saying Alvida.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.